Well, the major threat was logging. I read about it. We came to live here in 1983. We bought the piece of land a few years before that out near Kenilworth, and I was back in Yeppoon working, and we got a little newsletter sent up to us called Sunshine News, I think it was, edited by a bloke called Richard Giles. And it just so happened that Richard was also the first ever paid project officer for an environment group in Queensland, the Conondale Range, or the Save the Conondale Range Committee as it was at that stage. Passed the hat around basically, and they came up with $100 a week to fund Richard. So a lot of the articles in Sunshine News were about the Conondale Ranges. So I sort of thought we must get involved in that when we go down there. And a few years after we arrived here, I did get more involved. There'd been a big change in the committee basically because there'd been a lot of despondency. An area that had been at the very heart of it had been opened up for logging, and there are a number of people said, "Oh, that's it, we've lost it now." But the wonderful Mark Ricketts breathed life into the embers of the Conondale Range Committee, and that was when I got involved. He sort of saw that there was still a heck of a lot worth protecting up there, and he was instrumental in the national park process when the Goss government came in the late 80s, early 90s, and we got a decent sized national park then, which has been expanded, and there's a new proposal for a national park around Yabba Falls, a magnificent Yabba Falls just to the north, that would join in several outliers of the Conondale National Park and Rattans National Park, and would fit in with the Regional Forest Agreement, which was settled on in the early 90s, but the key action, or many of the key actions of it, were due to come into place in 2025, but for the Newman government. But the present government, the Palaszczuk government, does seem to have remembered that there was this Regional Forest Agreement. It was called the South East Queensland Forest Agreement in the end. It was an adventurous thing, a very, very wonderful work by Isla Quito, but also the Wilderness Society and Conondale Range Committee and others. And between all of that, we look to a good future for the Conondales.